Hi, I'm Mary Louise, and today I'm here with Devin. She leads our project design team. All the amazing projects you see on our website or TV ads come from her team.
Hey everyone!
We're talking about all things transfer tape, the step that helps you lift your cut vinyl design and place it onto your project surface easily and precisely. Whether you're brand new to vinyl or just want a smoother application, she's got her top tips to make transfer tape way easier.
I'm super excited to share these because they solve most of the little frustrations that people run into. I have 4 tips today, and the first 3 are all around the process of prepping and applying transfer tape, and the 4th is a little tip just to help with larger or more complicated projects.
All right, let's jump in. What's your first tip?
Okay, so the first tip is just to start with a small exposed edge. Instead of peeling the entire backer off, you're just going to peel down about an inch so that it's a lot more manageable.
And why is this helpful?
This makes it easier to adhere to the vinyl and makes it so you don't get any bubbles. This is also super helpful even for laminate sheets if you're making waterproof stickers.
Awesome, well let's try it.
Awesome. Okay, so I've got my 1 inch and I'm just going to tack that down and smooth it out. Pretty easy, no bubbles. For the second tip, you're going to make sure that you're peeling low and slow. So with one hand on that inch that you've just secured, you're going to take your other hand and peel very low and slow against that vinyl, just to help make sure that that adheres really, really evenly. Next thing you'll want to do is either with your hand or a burnishing tool is take that down the center and make sure that it's really adhered to that vinyl, making sure there are no bubbles and it's nice and even. Just like that. This is where my third tip comes into play. Instead of peeling the transfer tape off the vinyl backer, you're going to actually flip it over, do a little bit more burnishing just to make sure that's super adhered. We do have some really tiny parts here. And then you're going to actually peel the backer off first.
Oh, so you're letting gravity help you a little.
Yeah, exactly. So because there are such tiny pieces on this, it does just make it a little bit easier if you do a little more burnishing and then peel this backer off first. Just like that. Now we can actually make our notebook. And I'm going to do a little bit more burnishing because these pieces are so tiny.
So when there's lifting like that, what's the best thing that you do for that?
When in doubt, burnish it out. You just gotta keep burnishing. Sometimes it happens. You don't need to panic. You just gotta go back and do some more burnishing. All right. Pretty happy with that.
And what about really large or oddly shaped pieces? Do you have any tips for that? Because that's usually when I get the most frustrated.
Yeah, totally. We can actually do what is called the hinge method. And that is actually great for bases like this can, where we want to perfectly align this wraparound decal. You're going to place a strip of masking tape down the center of your design on top of the transfer tape like this. And then you're going to flip it over. And using that masking tape as your center point of reference, you're going to remove the backer and peel up just to that center point. And then we're going to cut the backer off so that it's a little bit more manageable.
Oh, so you're handling it in 2 different sections instead of wrestling with one.
Exactly. It makes it a lot more manageable. Now that we have that left side exposed, we can now adhere it to our base. So we're using that center line to help line things up. And you can kind of tack it down in the center once you get that. Use your tape here to adhere, and then you're just going to slowly start burnishing.
Is the burnishing process any different for oddly shaped bases?
I personally like to use my hand because I think that it helps when something is curved like this. I think it makes it a lot easier to do it with your hand than a burnishing tool.
Oh, I see it's changing color.
Yeah, this is actually our heat activated vinyl. So everywhere my hand is warm and touching it, it's turning blue. Okay, so this is where the real hinge method comes in. Now you just kind of flip that over like a hinge and you're going to remove the backer low and slow like we did in step 2. I'm just going to make sure all these little bits are nice and burnished to make it easier to remove. All right, there we go. Little custom can. Pretty excited about that one.
It's beautiful. These tips are so helpful. 4 simple tricks, and they really solve the most common transfer tape issues.
Yeah, and in my experience, these work for everything from, tiny labels to even large wall decals.
Thanks so much for sharing your tricks.
Bye.
Happy crafting!